Well, the electoral body has also been meeting with people with disability ahead of the elections. INEC has partnered with international bodies to map the needs of persons with disability for the 2019 elections, and electoral observers are here in Abuja to witness the research presentation. This next report gives more details.
It's another election year, and Nigeria's electoral body, INEC, says it has worked out plans to ensure 25 million disabled Nigerians express their franchise, including providing braille ballot guides for the visually impaired voters.
The person with low vision and albinism, we have introduced the use of magnifying lenses that enable them to be able to vote independently in past governorship elections, and that is going to be used in the general election as well. That is to tell you that a person having those challenges will be able to cast their vote more independently, and also the issue of accessibility to those that may require assistance to the polling unit. We have trained personnel to locate polling units where it will be easy for those that will go to the polling booth to cast their vote in a way that it will not be difficult for them to access it as much as it is possible. Those areas are going to be being addressed.
Most of our visually impaired or most of our disabled that are youth corps now, they are capable of then register as a polling unit officials. And I happened to be one of the polling unit officials as the presiding officer. It brings awareness to the society, that to prove to the society that there is ability in disability in every life.
A week ago, President Muhammadu Buhari signed the Discrimination Against Persons with Disability Bill into law to protect persons living with disabilities. Among other things, the Act requires public buildings to be modified so that physically challenged persons can access them, and that employers reserve at least 5% employment opportunities for persons with disability. This new law imposes a fine of up to 1 million naira and a jail term of 6 months for offenders.
In support for the implementation of this Act, this data is going to support INEC in implementing this Act, in particular in ensuring that persons with disabilities have equal voting access during elections. That's why we are here. This data mining took place in 7 states, namely Kano, Gombe, Plateau, Lagos, Rivers, Enugu, and Abia states. That's what we are presenting.
We thank the federal government for passing the Discrimination Against Persons Prohibition Act, Persons Living with Disabilities Prohibition Act. But what we also believe is that we should go just beyond passing the bill into act. There is need to activate that law. There is need to also start planning, because we know that all that we are doing today will not actually be affected during the election that is coming next month. But as we move to the next cycle of elections, we should not wait for the next elections for us to take into consideration the rights, the privileges, and the needs of people living with disabilities. So the journey just started. I think we'll keep making incremental increases of successes, even as we ensure inclusivity, respect for human dignity, and the right of people living with disabilities to vote as we move into the election.
Most persons with disabilities did not receive preferential treatment in the 2015 general election as required by law. But with this new regulation, persons with disability are looking forward to a different experience when they head for the polls in 2 weeks. Annetta Felix, TV360, Lagos.